Ladies and gentlemen, today discussions on global governance and leadership are taking place in the context of accelerating leadership, global reset that is profoundly reshaping the system of international partnerships and alliances. The world is facing the combined impact of geopolitical, economic, climate, and technological crisis. Under these conditions, the efficiency of cooperative frameworks is defined not only by the ability to respond to challenges, but above all, by the capacity to act proactively, preventing risks and strengthening trust among partners. We proceed from the understanding that productive cooperation and sustainable partnerships begin with responsibility, predictability, and respect for international norms. Allow me to outline a number of practical approaches that, in our view, are directly relevant to the future of global alliances. First, effective cooperation requires a shift from crisis management to preventive public governance. The experience of recent years clearly shows that in most cases, states are forced to coordinate their actions only after crises occur, which entails significantly greater political, economic, and social costs than timely prevention. We believe that establishing a multilateral group for preventive public governance focused on cooperation through the exchange of earlier warning models, preventive practices, and governance solutions could help reduce risks before they escalate into crisis and undermine trust among partners. We are convinced that preventive public governance should become a sustainable element of the architecture of future partnership frameworks at the national, regional, and international levels. Second, sustainable cooperation and durable alliances are impossible without a solid international legal foundation. In this regard, Turkmenistan is promoting within the framework of the United Nations the initiative to proclaim 2028 as the year of international law. The purpose of this initiative is to strengthen and restore respect for existing legal foundations and their comprehensive and integral nature. We consider the year 2028 and its preparatory period as an opportunity to hold a broad dialogue on the role of international law in the context of global transformation, challenges in the balance of power, and the emergence of new forms of conflicts, as well as to strengthen the legal foundations of preventive diplomacy and the peaceful settlement of disputes. For alliance partnerships, this means greater predictability, mutual confidence, and clarity of commitments. Third, we all agree that reliable and well-calibrated data, as well as systems for their analysis and modeling, are fundamental to any governance and partnership decision. In this regard, we support the promotion of universal principles of data soundness and the establishment of joint mechanisms for data verification in the development and implementation of public and international policies. Such principles could help increase trust among partners, ensure consistency of decisions, and strengthening state responsibility in the use of digital tools, including artificial intelligence. Fourth, the effectiveness of joint efforts within alliances or any other partnerships is determined by the ability to translate initiatives into practical implementation through the consolidation of intergovernmental capacities. For instance, our previous initiatives put forward at the World Government Summit in the field of sustainable transport have received concrete institutional realization within the United Nations. In December 2025, the United Nations General Assembly proclaimed and launched the Decade of Sustainable Transport for the period from 2026 to 2035, with the establishment of the Sustainable Transport Atlas as a roadmap and monitoring tool for the implementation of the decade's objectives. This experience demonstrates that cooperation based on trust, inclusiveness, and clear objectives can deliver tangible global results. Ladies and gentlemen, in the 21st century, leadership and alliances are defined not only by the ability to dominate, but by the ability to anticipate, build trust, and ensure respect for common rules. Reliable data, preventive public governance, international law, and effective implementation of decisions should be considered as elements of a single system of responsible cooperation and sustainable global alliances. In conclusion, I would like to express my gratitude to the leadership of the United Arab Emirates for hosting the World Governments Summit in Dubai. I thank you.